So you're thinking about moving to Utah and you want to know some things that maybe the locals know. Well, I've put together this video of 9 weird things that only locals would know. And I'm getting started right now. Welcome back, everybody. I'm Greg Spackman. I'm with the Living in Salt Lake City channel. So if you want to learn everything about what it's like to live here, eat here, sleep here, play here, then click the little subscribe button and click the little bell to be notified every time I do a new video. I have been getting a ton of people that are reaching out to me about moving here to the Salt Lake City and Utah area, and I love it. So if that's you, please give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email. I'd love to talk to you about making your move here to the Salt Lake City or Utah area. So the 9 weird things you wanted to know, and here they are. Number 1 is, why are all these soda places here in Utah? There are a billion of them. What are they? And everything. So there's Sodalicious, Quench It, Swig, Soda Baba, and there's a bunch more. And they do sell cookies as well. But the reason for these, I think, is just due to the LDS faith here. They are just big into soda since they can have soda, and there's a bunch of them that are non-caffeinated, but there's ones that are caffeinated that they sell. So just know you can get tons of flavors of soda, and you're going to see these all over the place here in Utah. And number 2 thing you're going to find here is there are a gazillion car washes. I mean, a ton of car washes. There are literally hundreds of them all over the place of car washes. Why are there so many? When I first moved here, I didn't realize why they were necessary. And in the summertime, we would get rain in the afternoon, 4 or 5 p.m. And so your car would get sprinkled on, and then the wind would blow, which would then blow dust and dirt and stuff onto your car since we are in a desert. And that would cause your car to get dirty. So people will use the car washes with the monthly pass feature and just run their car through the car wash. Then in the fall and spring, it's not really as necessary, I think, for using the car wash here. But there is a great time in the wintertime, and that's because they salt the heck out of the roads and the snow, and your car just gets all this muck and stuff on it. So you want to keep your car nice and get rid of the salt on it because salt corrodes it. So they are necessary for sure in the wintertime, and especially this year. I think I've run it through sometimes 3 to 4 times in a week. I've run it through the car wash. We have one for Quick Quack is who we use. There's a ton of those, and they've bought 1 or 2 of the other companies. So there's a bunch of different ones you can pick from. Just whatever one seems to do a good job for you. They do have the little spray nozzles so that you can get all the water out from around the door and windows and that sort of thing. Or you just skip that since you're going to be washing it in a couple days anyways. But know that there are a ton of car washes here in Utah. Number 3 on the list is the cookie companies. And I don't think before COVID, I realized that there were so many cookie companies, but the headquarters of Crumble, which if you haven't tried Crumble, they are one of the top cookie companies, but you have them, you have a company called Batch, Chip, Dirty Dough, and then my favorite cookie place, and I've tried all these ones, is Twisted Sugar. For whatever reason, my son and I think it's the greatest. My wife really likes the sugar cookie that they have at Crumble, and that's her favorite. So I end up having to go to 2 cookie places if we're going to do cookies like that, just to keep everybody happy. But there are a bunch of different cookie companies, and I don't think I've seen that before or remember seeing that anywhere else. And like when we were in Nashville, Rumble was the big cookie company for the most part, or Tiff's Treats was pretty good as well. The number 4 weird thing here is the alcohol rules, and that's you're only going to be able to get 3.2% or below alcohol at the grocery store. So you'll be able to get beer and some of the hard seltzer type stuffs like Angry Orchard. You'll be able to get those at the grocery store and at the gas station. Anything else, you're going to be going to the state-run liquor stores, and those have funky hours. They're closed on Sundays, and they're closed on holidays. They close early, so just keep note of if you need alcohol, like about buying it ahead of time so you don't end up on Sunday game day wanting to watch football and nobody sells any alcohol. Then it's still kind of weird for me that you can't buy wine at the grocery store, so maybe that'll come here to Utah like it did to Tennessee. Like when we first moved to Nashville, you couldn't buy wine at the grocery store, and finally were able to pass a law that allowed them to sell wine at the grocery store. So maybe they'll do that here in Utah as well. Number 5 on the list is that people here go to work and go to school when it snows. And while it would be really awesome that you could just take the day off when it snows, people here seem to just go about their business. The roads here are maintained excellent. Typically, plows will run 24/7. They'll get the main roads done first, and they go through the different subdivisions. And depending upon where you live, you may or may not have service. So you may have to plow your own driveway, or like I do, we have somebody that comes and plows our driveway when it snows. And sometimes they do it before we leave for work. Sometimes it's after I'm already gone to the office or out and about shooting a video. But the roads are maintained really, really well. I highly recommend that you get all-wheel drive or four-wheel drive vehicle here. That makes it much, much easier in the snow to get around. And if you don't, then snow tires would be a great option to add as well. But know that when it snows here, the kids typically don't get to stay home from school unless it snows too much. And then they get to stay home. But now that they have Chromebooks, they're going to be able to do schoolwork at home instead of just go outside like they used to and enjoy the snow. So this year, it snowed 2 days where they had to stay home from school. So they had to do 2 days worth of work on their Chromebooks, which took them a couple hours, and then they were able to go outside and have fun. So just know that your kids are going to be able to play outside and enjoy and make a snowman, snow forts, throw snowballs, that sort of thing here typically when it snows. Make snowballs, snow forts, snowmen, that sort of thing to have fun with the snow. And really, they should just be enjoying the day, I think. The number 6 weird thing you're going to find, if you're at the airport, you're going to see big groups of people with signs and balloons and stuff welcoming people back. This is typically the Mormons that went on their missions, or just other people from that will be coming in, and you're just going to see big groups. And since people here have big families in Utah, you're going to see it even extra big as far as that goes. But that was kind of a shock for me the first time when I flew in and saw this huge group of 20 people with balloons and signs and all of that to welcome someone home. So that is super cool for you to see, and just something weird that you wouldn't see maybe elsewhere in the nation. Number 7 thing on the list is the fry sauce. So I'm not a big fry sauce person. However, you're going to find that people here are, and different places have the best fry sauce. So if you're from here or you've eaten fry sauce, comment below what your favorite place is to get fry sauce at. However, just to let you know what fry sauce is, it's some sort of blend of mayonnaise and ketchup or something else. But the founder of Arctic Circle is credited for having started it. So, once again, who do you think makes the best fry sauce? Number 8 on the list is super interesting, and when I grew up, you didn't swear at all, really, except maybe sometimes around your friends, but you definitely wouldn't say any sort of bad word around your parents. So number 8 is the fake swear. So you're going to notice this potentially when you're out and about. You hear people say something like, what the heck, he frickin', gosh, darn, dog nabbit, biff it, shoot, frick yeah, holy shiz, fetch, fudge, and LMBO, which means laughing my butt off. So you're going to hear a bunch of these. There's a ton more that they say. So I'm sure that there are some that you might say. So if you have one, comment below what your favorite one is or what your least favorite one is so that other people can see it and I can comment about it. It'll be interesting to hear what your favorite one is. Number 9 on the list is funeral potatoes. And you're going to find out what those are potentially by maybe a neighbor bringing them to you, or if you're part of the LDS faith, you probably would have heard of them already. However, my wife had made them and didn't know what they were. I think she found the recipe online or through her mom and her family member. But anyhow, they are fabulous. They're awesome, and they have them all the time. And they're not necessarily used at funeral. They're just called funeral potatoes, but they are really, really good for you to have. So those are the 9 weird facts that I was able to find. I'm sure that there's many more as you move here to Utah or relocate here to Utah that you'll find out. If you're thinking about making that move, please reach out to me. Give me a call. send me a text, or send me an email. Love to chat with you, get you on a Zoom session, go over the different areas of Salt Lake or Utah area where you're thinking about moving, and see if we can help find you the right area and get you on your way to moving here to Utah. Until next time, be rad.